One Piece manga chapter 910. Now, I know a lot of people are not going to be feeling this chapter given the fact that we just got off of a really great chapter, you know, the start of Wano with Zoro and everything. And this chapter really give us, you know, little information and more questions when you think about it. But we shouldn't be expecting 10 out of 10 for every chapter. Oda has been waiting to draw this arc for a while now, and that means that he's definitely going to set up a lot of things for the future of this arc. And since this is the beginning of Wano, we know Oda is definitely implementing world building as this arc focuses more on Japanese culture. So this was expected, but all in all, this is an okay chapter. Nothing too bad, nothing too great either, just in the middle. And I will say that this is one of the more enjoyable chapters that I've read in a while. We got a little comedy, dope ass panels. I don't know, it almost didn't feel like a One Piece chapter, but it was extremely refreshing. I think the last time we got a chapter like this was at the beginning of Zou, but let's get on to this chapter. Now the chapter starts off with the Straw Hats making their way to Wano, and this was kind of expected because we knew Oda was going to transition back to the Luffy side of things. I think the last chapter showed us a glimpse of what's going on or what's going to happen in Wano, because Zoro is probably taking a lot of heat right now. I think when the Straw Hats arrive at Wano, like Luffy's side of things, we're diving right into action based on what Zoro has done, and things are probably escalating even more while we're here with Luffy. Now we see everyone's reaction to what's currently going on in the Reverie, and Sanji, being the pervert that he is, he's going crazy over the princesses, you know, the hard eyes and everything, to the point that he literally cut out part of the newspaper to keep pictures to himself. Yeah, Sanji is definitely on that creep level. Now, funny part is that because of what Sanji did, the newspaper now had holes in them and they couldn't read the most vital information they absolutely needed to hear about, and that was Big Mom and Kaido, with Big Mom potentially showing up to Wano for Luffy's head. You know, these kind of things usually happen to the Straw Hat on a daily basis, again showing how reckless their journey is going to be moving forward. And then we have Luffy always choosing the most dangerous routes, which doesn't help at all. Now I will say the comedy in this chapter was pretty damn funny as well. Now we also got this beautiful panel that was really refreshing to see. I think the last time we got something like this was at the beginning of Zou, as I mentioned before, and you can see that Oda is adding more emphasis on the idea that there is nothing normal about the new world. It was also explained that Wano is surrounded by terrible weather, which reminded me of the Florian Triangle that was always surrounded by mist, and we never knew what those things were with like the glowing eyes, so there might be some connections there. Now the funniest thing is that while everyone was talking, nobody noticed the octopus just chilling there, and it was so funny because I didn't notice him in the first panel with Nami. He just kind of like blended in with the background. This was by far the funniest moment in this chapter. Now I'm not entirely sure what that thing is, but it seems to be like a gatekeeper to Wano, because it seemed like it had the ability to control the seas, or it was controlling the carps to control the currents, which eventually led the Straw Hats to the waterfall. And as obvious as it can get, Oda pulls the Straw Hats get separated at the beginning of an arc card. This is very typical of Oda, but I'm excited to see what happens next, because it seems like Oda is focusing on Luffy at this point, and maybe he switches back and forth like he did in Whole Cake, you know, with Brook and Nami and Jinbei and all those guys. Again, this was a short chapter. There isn't too much information we can talk about, but this was a really good chapter. 7 out of 10 for me. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Comment down below what you guys think. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more One Piece content. It is Pharaoh, and I will see you folks later. Peace.